So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class, we are going to discuss the weekly current affairs for the week of November, first week November. So basically, uh, we are having every Sunday at 3 p.m. Every Sunday at 3 p.m. we are having weekly current affairs revision, which happens on every Sunday. Okay. So right now it is Sunday and we are having 3 p.m. So let us begin with today's class. So those who have not watched, those who are interested in watching the previous classes, so they first please subscribe to your channel, to the channel, go to the playlist, and you will find this weekly current affairs playlist, separate playlist. Click on view full playlist and you can watch the previous videos. We are putting these videos from January onwards, so you can watch it accordingly. So for example, if you are attempting, let's say Aligarh exam or Jamia exam or any other exam, you can watch it 10-11 months of current, or I would say 1 year of current affairs. Okay, accordingly, let's say maybe in March or April, some of you might be attempting those exam or any other exam, for even if you are attempting CUET examination. So you can watch for 10 to 11 months or 10 to 12 months current affairs. That is what you should be knowing about. Now, let us begin with the first question. So the first question, now it is 3 p.m. So let us begin with the question and answer. And in this class, actually, I give you questions and you have to answer it in the live chat. Okay, that is how actually we proceed. So let us begin with the first question. Lucknow was recently added to the UNESCO Creative Cities Network. In which category? Your options are literature, music, crafts and folk art, gastronomy. So we have a concept of UNESCO Creative Cities Network. Where is the headquarters of UNESCO? Paris, France. This was also asked, I think, in some exam recently. So UNESCO has been added in Creative Cities Network. In which category? So the answer is gastronomy. Gastronomy is related with food and cuisine. Khana se related. D is the right answer to this question. You can see there's a concept of UNESCO's Creative Cities Network. It is a flagship city program of UNESCO. So they add creativities related with these 8 categories. Okay. So there were 7 categories. The 8th one was added, the architecture, or the 8th one was added very recently. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay. So there were earlier 7. Now we are having 8 categories. So you can see it here. Previously also we have seen Jaipur under crafts and folk art, Varanasi music, Chennai music, Hyderabad gastronomy, Mumbai under film category, Srinagar crafts and folk art, Gwalior music, Kozhikode literature, Lucknow gastronomy. Yes, so this was the most recent one that you should be knowing about. Okay, you can see it here. UNESCO honor culinary awakening, Lucknow rediscovers its soul through the food. Let's move on to the next question. Where is India's first end-to-end silicon carbide chip manufacturing plant being established? And these are the 4 options. Yes, good afternoon, Kushagra. Welcome to the class. Thank you for the class. They helped me in the SLAT exam. Okay, I'm very happy to say this. Can you please share some of the questions that were asked in the SLAT? Kuch aap bata sakte ho? Just I wanted to ask. Which actually came from my classes. That's what I wanted to highlight. Where is India's first end-to-end silicon carbide chip plant? So it is actually being made in Odisha. Yes, very good. You're right. Kushagra. SIM iska naam hai na. So C is the right answer to this question. The next one, yes, aap dekh sakte ho. The next one is the tri-service military exercise Purvi Prachand Prahar 2025 was conducted where? Tribal Day, Jati Gaurav Divas. We did it. Wait class, I remember. Birsa Munda se related. That was asked in the SLAT. Okay, great. I'm very happy to see that you all are like getting benefited from me, and that is how is actually the best thing about teaching. When students come back and say that yes, I was actually helpful in for you in solving the paper in exam. So it's actually a very good feeling. So B is the right answer. मैं चुका अरुणाचल प्रदेश पूर्वी प्रचंड प्रहार. Vedas which is associated with melodies. Yes, that also I had taught. 4 Vedas we have discussed. So B is the right answer to this question. Mechuka, Arunachal Pradesh is the right answer to this question. Samved. We have discussed about it. That was asked in the CLAT exam. Rigved, Samved, Yajurved, Atharved. There were 4 Vedas. Samved is associated with melodies and music, right? I still remember I have taught these things. And I'm very happy to see that these things helped you in the examination. GSAT 7R. Okay, yes. Heaviest communication satellite launched by ISRO. So CMS-03 GSAT 7R is the answer. Yes, Krishi Sachdeva, you are right. है ना? So heaviest communication satellite है ये. और ये again किससे भेजा गया होगा? वही GSLV Mark 3. Also known as Launch Vehicle Mark 3. ठीक है. इंडिया से इसको बाहुबली भी कहा जा रहा है ना, ये इसको GSLV Mark 3 को ऐसे न्यूज़पेपर वाले इस तरह लिख रहे थे, बाहुबली. ठीक है. The next is whose statue did Prime Minister Modi inaugurated or unveiled during Chhattisgarh visit? अच्छा, पता है, actually we are having a new city that is being built in Chhattisgarh. That's called as Atal Nagar, right? New capital. So in his memory, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji was the Prime Minister of India from 1998 to 2004. B is the right answer to this question. Yes, very good, Kushagra. Yes, Krishi says they were right. Which of the following countries became the first in the world to impose generational ban on tobacco? हाँ, आजकल ये सब बात आ रही है. तो tobacco पे, like, if you are born after a particular date, you are not supposed to like consume the tobacco, any sort of tobacco. I am from Raipur, Pratmesh. Oh, great. So I'm sure you must be aware of the new city being built. So the right answer is option A, Maldives, है ना? और ये देखो मैं क्यों इस पर मैप बनाता था. I still remember I have told you about maps. Maldives, the capital is Male. Because in CLAT they asked the question which of the following is not a member of SAARC, and they confused you between Maldives and Mauritius. And Mauritius is in Africa, quite far, quite south from Maldives, है ना? So ये सब मैंने बताया था. That's why I show you the map, because in the examination hall there are a lot of things you have to remember. So when you have remembered the map, it will be very helpful for you in eliminating the options. अच्छा, यहाँ पर ये इतना दूर है तो ये तो होगा नहीं, है ना? So that is why it would be helpful. And those, है ना? The next is Samia Suluhu Hassan was sworn in her second term as president of which country? Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania. So me attending the class will stop on 20th December. काफी याद आएगी. Okay. Yes. And my prayers and blessings to all of you as well for those who have qualified it and those who are going in the colleges or for their college life as well, है ना? ठीक है. And yes, आगे लोगों की याद आप you will actually remember those classes, these classes, what we used to discuss in the last 1 year, and now we will get a chance for your juniors, है ना? That will be teaching your juniors next year as well, and I hope that they will also get benefited from our classes. So yes, the right answer is Tanzania. Very good. So D is the right answer. यहाँ पे Tanzania. And Tanzania के actually there is a very famous mountain called as Mount Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro. ठीक है. ठीक है. Samia Suluhu Hassan present. D is the right answer. Next, the Grand Egyptian Museum is located near which ancient site? Brain session for SLAT. अच्छा, देखता हूँ प्रथमेश. I cannot say for sure, but देखता हूँ. We'll talk to the team. वैसे Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday को जो 3 PM वाली क्लास है वो होगी. That will happen. Grand Egyptian Mosque is located near what? Where? MH set के लिए अभी time है चेतन. So we'll be having discussions on that. So January से और classes होंगी ना. The right answer is B, Great Pyramid of Khufu, है ना? तो ये सब न्यूज में गीजा है लिखा हुआ है. इट्स इन इजिप्ट, नॉट गाजा. ये गीजा है. ठीक है. तूतानखामून टॉम जो है अभी रिसेंटली न्यूज में था. सो दैट्स व्हाई यू शुड बी नोइंग. The next one, yes, this is Egypt. The capital of Egypt is Cairo. The next one is, what is the total funding amount under Research Development and Innovation Scheme Fund launched by PM Modi? RDI, Research Development Innovation. The right answer is option C, 1 lakh crore. ठीक है, research innovation से related. Next है, Russia's new submarine Khabarovsk is designed to carry which underwater weapon? आर्य राहत गांव का, प्लीज डू नॉट गेट पैनिक, है ना, अभी डरना नहीं, 1 year वी हैव, ठीक है. सो विल कीप ऑन डिस्कसिंग इन, जो जिस पैटर्न पे एग्जाम आ रहे हैं उस पैटर्न पे हम आपको पढ़ाते जाएंगे, एंड व्हेनेवर देयर इज एनी चेंज वी विल सडनली लाइक वी विल अडॉप्ट इट अकॉर्डिंगली, ठीक है. बस please subscribe to the channel, and whenever something change will happen we will inform you, and accordingly we will discuss and change our strategies, ठीक है. वैसे देखो जीके वगैरह जो बेसिक चीजें लीगल नॉलेजेस हैं दैट विल बी देयर, ठीक है. कुछ और प्रपोजल्स आए हैं कि शायद ऐसे वगैरह लिखवाएं, लेट अस सी, अगर वैसा कुछ होगा सो विल अडॉप्ट इट अकॉर्डिंगली. बट जो इनिशियल चीज आपको करना है वो ये है कि आपको न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना शुरू कर देना. ट्राई टू स्टार्ट रीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर्स, इंग्लिश न्यूज़पेपर, आई एम सेइंग द हिंदू और इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, है ना, ग्रेजुअली. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि आपने आज से पूरा अखबार पढ़ना शुरू कर दिया, पूरा एक लाइन बाय लाइन, बट यस ट्राई टू रीड एटलीस्ट फर्स्ट पेज और एडिटोरियल पेज, थोड़ा सा पढ़ने की कोशिश करो शुरुआत में. देन वी विल कीप ऑन हैविंग क्लासेस, फिर बाकी क्लास होती रहेगी तो हम लोग बताते रहेंगे, ठीक है, धीरे धीरे, है ना. स्लो एंड स्टडी विंस द रेस. बट ये कि आपको बस नेक्स्ट 1 year तक आराम से पीसफुली मेहनत करते रहना है. दैट्स द आइडिया. द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी, यहाँ पे पोसेडॉन ड्रोन, है ना, ये अंडर वाटर ड्रोन है, ठीक है. Let's move on to the next one. AI Film Festival and Hackathon announced by IFFI will take place in which city? So will take place, I think it has been done now because for November 1st week we are discussing. So the right answer is C, है ना, option C. International Film Festival of India. Go Apana ji, है ना. So C is the right answer to this question. The Hindu analysis will happen in our YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel also, right? So ये गोवा में हुआ था, 20 से 28 नवंबर के बीच हुआ था इन पानाजी. ओपनिंग फिल्म थी ब्लू ट्रायल एटसेट्रा. The next one is India won its first ever ICC Women's ODI World Cup against which team recently? England, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. The right answer is option D, South Africa. Yes, है ना, आप देख सकते हो. So India defeated South Africa. Most runs, है ना, most wickets, player of the series. The next one is, which of the following companies recently signed a $38 billion deal with Amazon for cloud services? The right answer is option B, OpenAI. Now, OpenAI is the same company which actually has made Chat GPT. Now, the next is, अच्छा, Champions Trophy से पूछा था, Champions Trophy में player of the series. I think we have discussed sports वाली classes में we have discussed. Yes. In the QS World University Ranking 2026, which of the following Indian institutions secured highest global position? The right answer here is option B, IIT Delhi, है ना, 123rd rank globally. The next one is, David Beckham will receive which honor in 2025? Will Cap, I think they have achieved, like he was a very famous former football captain of England team, and he had got sir knighthood, मतलब so sir नाम आगे लगा रहेगा, नाम के आगे, so prefix will be sir, है ना, will be knighted. David Beckham is a very famous personality, right? I'm sure you must have heard his name. Zohran Mamdani elected as mayor of will serve as which city's mayor? स्लॉट 2 में शायद लीगल जीके पूछे. हाँ, प्रिपेयर रहिएगा दोनों के लिए, जीके चाहे लीगल हो चाहे किस तरह का भी हो. Yes, so here the right answer is option C, New York City. I'm sure you must be aware, and he belongs to Democrat Party. Democrat वही party है, the party of Obama, Joe Biden, etc. Next is Global Peace Prayer Festival was recently held where? Nepal, Thailand, Bhutan, Sri Lanka. The right answer is Bhutan. C is the right answer. 16-day Global Peace Prayer Festival held in Thimphu, Bhutan. So C is the right answer to this question. Next is capital Thimphu, right? Which of the following state became the first Indian state to partner with Starlink Satellite Communication Private to provide internet services, or I would say satellite-based internet services? The right answer is option A, Maharashtra. और आपको पता है Starlink is owned by which company, or the founder is, or the main head of this company is Elon Musk. I'm sure you must have heard his name. है ना, इनका नाम तो सबको सुनता है, जानते हैं, है ना. नेक्स्ट है इंडिया डेवलप्ड वर्ल्ड्स फर्स्ट कार टी सेल थेरेपी. ये बहुत लाइक ये काफी ज्यादा हमने देखा था, एक साल में न्यूज में था. चेमेरिक एंटीजन रिसेप्टर, है ना. और टी सेल जो होता है ना, टी सेल, बी सेल, ये सब जो होता है ना, टी सेल हुआ या बी सेल, दिस टू, आई मीन दीज आर यूज्ड इन इम्यून सिस्टम, व्हाइट ब्लड सेल्स एटसेट्रा. जब पढ़ोगे इम्यून सिस्टम में फाइटिंग द पैथोजन, है ना. सो द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए, कैंसर ट्रीटमेंट में हेल्पफुल होता है. ए इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन. Okay, that is what you should know. The next one is, which of the following country has become the world's first cashless nation? The right answer is yes, Sweden. Very good. Sweden. A is the right answer. कैशलेस में तो 100% डिजिटल पेमेंट होगा, ठीक है. तो एप्स वगैरह से, है ना. सो नोट्स एंड कॉइन्स, करेंसीज वो सब खत्म हो गया. Everything will be digitally paid. Digital, you have to do digital payment. So Sweden is a small country, of course. You cannot you cannot compare it with us, है ना. वो बहुत छोटे से country है. The next is Vayuputra. India's first electric rocket is primarily made using which technology? The right answer is option B, 3D printing technology, है ना, with carbon fiber and biodegradable plastics, है ना. इलेक्ट्रिक रॉकेट, ठीक है. ओके, स्लैक में ये भी पूछे थे, मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल दैट आस्क्ड. ये पूछो ना, मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल रिलेटेड विद ओजोन लेयर डिप्लेशन. कुछ आगरा, आर यू टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट? This also I remember I have taught. Yes. Sveriges Riksbank is the oldest, right? Oldest bank, central bank of Sweden, right? तभी बताए. हाँ, great. So I think 4-5 क्वेश्चन तो एक्स्ट्रा आराम से you could have solved if you have watched my classes, है ना. So it would have given you an edge over others. Yes. Next is Ghazala Hashmi, Indian born, recently became first South Asian American and Indian origin woman lieutenant governor in which state? All Environment Summit class से आया था ना. Yes, मैंने बताया था कि वो वीडियो देख लीजिएगा, all important environmental summits, and that actually happened. So Ghazala Hashmi, first South Asian American and Indian origin woman lieutenant governor of which state in USA? So the right answer is Virginia. अच्छा पता है, दिस इज एक्चुअली, आई थिंक दिस इज अ मोर बिग डील देन, तो ये वर्जीनिया पूरा स्टेट की लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर बनी है, बट न्यूयॉर्क सिटी के जो मेयर बने, सिर्फ सिटी के, जोहरान ममदानी, दैट बिकेम मोर फेमस इन इंडियन मीडिया, आई डोंट नो व्हाई, लाइक बट दैट वाज इन द न्यूज़, है ना, जबकि वर्जीनिया पूरे स्टेट की लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर बनी, सो ऑफ कोर्स दैट विल बी अ बिगर थिंग एज कंपेयर टू लाइक, दो इट्स ट्रू दैट न्यूयॉर्क इज अ वेरी प्रोमिनेंट सिटी, बट स्टिल, एंड नोबडी वाज नोइंग दिस न्यूज़। तो जो क्वेश्चन मेकर वो यही पूछते हैं, है ना, people who are like less aware of the news, like they are asking, Virginia as a state, lieutenant governor of that. Khazal asked me, I think she's born from Hyderabad somewhere. 150th anniversary of Vande Mataram, commemorated by which ministry? 1875. It was like originally written in, it is said that it was written originally in 1875, but it became famous in when it was added in 1882 in Anand Math, book written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, which is based on the Sannyasi revolt or Sannyasi rebellion. Maybe because New York City has more Indian diaspora, maybe, हाँ शायद. So इसका आंसर क्या होगा? वंदे मातरम मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कल्चर, नहीं होम मिनिस्ट्री क्यों रहेगी? कल्चर से रिलेटेड चीज है ना, सॉन्ग वगैरह क्या होता है, कल्चर में आता है, थोड़ा सा ऐसे याद करने का तरीका बता रहा हूँ, लाइक होता है ना जितने भी सॉन्ग्स हैं, है ना, these are actually under songs, music, etc. It comes under Ministry of Culture. The first sung by Rabindranath Tagore ji in 1896, है ना, became political slogan in 7th August 1905. ये वही 7th August 1905, वही that anti-partition movement what of Bengal, Swadeshi and boycott movement, है ना, Swadeshi movement of 1905, है ना. Okay. The next one is ISRO plans to attempt India's first Mars landing mission under which mission? मार्स पे लैंड करेंगे, बिकॉज वी हैव सीन वन मोर, वो सिर्फ ऑर्बिटर था, वो जाके घूमा था, मतलब इट वाज ऑर्बिटिंग द दैट मार्स, बट नाउ वी आर प्लानिंग टू लैंड मिशन ऑन मार्स. व्हाट इज दैट कॉल्ड? हाँ, मंगलयान 2. वी हैव ऑलरेडी सेंड मंगलयान 1. अच्छा, मंगल मतलब ही होता है, मार्स तो बहुत आसान है, तो आदित्य मतलब सन होता है, चंद्रा मतलब मून होता है, लाइक दिस इज एक्चुअली हिंदी वर्ड, यू हैव टू जस्ट ट्रांसलेट इट, एंड दैट इज व्हाट द आइडिया इज. ठीक है, we have sent, I think 2013-14 के आसपास गया था, मंगलयान 1 was sent. The next is 2030 agenda for sustainable development is formally titled as what? NISAR is an observation satellite, right? हाँ, NISAR भी तो काफी न्यूज में था इस साल. So the right answer is option B, transforming our world 2030 agenda for sustainable development. The next is, who among the following topped Edelgive Hurun India philanthropy list of 2025? Philanthropy मतलब क्या होता है? Charity giving, helping people, है ना? So the right answer is option A, Shiv Nadar. A is the right answer to this question. The next is, NISAR mission is a joint collaboration between which two organizations? NASA, ISRO, synthetic aperture radar. NASA, ISRO, synthetic aperture radar. NASA, ISRO कहाँ है? So B is the right answer. Yes, very good. And as well, we have taken a separate class also. You can watch that. Next is, Indian origin Aftab Peruval was re-elected as mayor of which city? The right answer is option D, Cincinnati. Aftab Peruval, mayor of Cincinnati, Ohio. Ohio is the province and Cincinnati is the city. ठीक है, Indian Tibetan heritage. Next is, India's first modern river terminal, Guwahati Gateway Terminal, is being built on which river? तो कॉमन सेंस लगा, गुवाहाटी इज एन असम, सो ब्रह्मपुत्र होगी ऑफ कोर्स. कॉमन सेंस सी इज द राइट आंसर. देखो ऐसे एक रिवर आती है ना, ऐसे आती है, ऐसे घूमती है, इट गोज लाइक दिस, यारलंग सांगपो. दिस इज ब्रह्मपुत्रा, है ना, असम में ब्रह्मपुत्रा कहते हैं, तो यहीं पे कहीं पे गुवाहाटी होगा समवेयर, गुवाहाटी, ओके। हाँ, ब्रह्मपुत्रा गोes to गुवाहाटी, राइट। हाँ, भूपेन हजारिका इज एक्चुअली फ्रॉम असम, यस। उन पे भी क्वेश्चन आया था ना इस बार, भूपेन हजारिका जी के पर, वो भारत रत्न से रिलेटेड पूछा गया था, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट अ भारत रत्न विनर, था ना। मोदी जी inaugurated statue in airport in Guwahati, हाँ, yes. Kanchenjunga National Park was recently rated good by IUCN. What makes it unique among Indian sites? हाँ, वो AILET में आता है, हाँ। The right answer is it is only mixed UNESCO World Heritage Site. This we have discussed it also, है ना? B is the right answer. UNESCO classes में मैंने बताया. So we are having UNESCO World Heritage Site 37 cultural sites, है ना? 6 natural, इसी तरह and 1 mixed है. And that mixed मतलब cultural natural दोनों है. That is Kanchenjunga, है ना? B is the right answer. The next is year-long celebration of 150 years of Vande Mataram was recently inaugurated by. The right answer is PM Modi. ठीक है, so B is the right answer. ठीक है, न्यू दिल्ली में. Let's move on to the next one. Egypt and Qatar recently signed a deal to develop luxury real estate and tourism project in which sea coast. देखो थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाओ, इजिप्ट और कतर की बात हो रही है, तो चाहे तो इजिप्ट को टच कर रहा होगा वही, या कतर को टच कर रहा होगा, समथिंग लाइक दैट, है ना? तो डेड सी तो होगा नहीं, और अब कतर को टच करता है पर्शियन गल्फ, इजिप्ट जो है रेड सी और मेडिटेरियन सी को टच करता है, तो ए और बी में इसको एक अगर आप तुक्का मार दे तो सही हो जाता है, बट द आंसर इज मेडिटेरियन सी. यहाँ पर अल अलम अल रिजॉर्ट, ये मेडिटेरियन सी है, ये वाला रेड सी है, ये वाला पर्शियन गल्फ है जिसको अब नाउअडेज डोनाल्ड ट्रंप इज कॉलिंग इट एज अरबियन गल्फ. तो कतर यहाँ पर है, दिस इज कतर, कतर कैपिटल इज दोहा, और ये पर्शियन गल्फ है, रेड सी है, ये मेडिटेरियन सी है. ठीक है, डेड सी कहां पर है? डेड सी वुड बी समवेयर हियर, यहां पर, ये है डेड सी, जॉर्डन और वो वेस्ट बैंक के बीच में. डेड सी बहुत डेंसियस्ट, वन ऑफ द डेंसियस्ट लेक है कहा जाता, बट सबसे डेंसियस्ट नहीं है. नेक्स्ट है फर्स्ट वंदे भारत स्लीपर कोच मेंटेनेंस फैसिलिटी, बिकॉज nowadays we are having sleeper coach, यानी जनरली जो शुरू में हुआ था, सो वंदे भारत वाज एक्चुअली जस्ट अ चेयर कार टाइप, है ना, एसी चेयर कार, बट नाउ वी आर हैविंग स्लीपर एज वेल, और अब लेट के जाने का, सो के जाने का भी प्रोविजन होगा. सो द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी, जोधपुर. ठीक है, हाँ, राजस्थान. ठीक है, लेट्स मूव ऑन. व्हिच आर द फॉलोइंग इंडियन नेवी शिप्स पार्टिसिपेटेड इन एक्सरसाइज मालाबार एट गुआम आइलैंड? You don't have a separate page batch. Riddhi Bist, for which year you are talking about? Next year, CLAT. Are you asking about that? The right answer is option D, INS Sahyadri. D is the right answer to this question. Multilateral Malabar exercise at Guam. तो ये पैसिफिक क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है, और ये पैसिफिक क्वेश्चन में ये गुआम आइलैंड है, विच इज एक्चुअली कंट्रोल्ड बाय यूएसए. ठीक है, सो यहां पर मालाबार एक्सरसाइज वाज दिस ईयर कंडक्टेड, एंड मालाबार एक्सरसाइज में विच कंट्रीज आर देयर? वही यूएस, जापान, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, इंडिया, दीज 4 कंट्रीज. ठीक है, यूएस, जापान, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, इंडिया. सो दीज 4 कंट्रीज पार्टिसिपेटेड. दैट्स गोना हैपन दिस ईयर. अच्छा, रिद्धि बेस्ट हो सकता है, देखो अभी currently I'm not teaching in any paid batch for next year, but most likely within हो सकता है जनवरी में we'll get to know. ठीक है, even I'm also not aware of this, but most likely currently हो सकता है, इसलिए लिख रहा हूँ कि currently अभी नहीं पढ़ा रहे हैं, है ना, but for next year most likely there will be some batch where I'll be teaching. ठीक है, because this what you are asking is not decided by me. ठीक है, that is decided by that organization concerned and I teach there. ठीक है, okay, है ना. So that's what you should know. D is the right answer. Let's move on to the next one. The Ernakulam Bangalore Vande Bharat Express connects which three states? The right answer is option D, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. है ना? तो यहां से चलेगी, यहाँ कोची से चलेगी और बेंगलुरु जाएगी ऐसे घूम के. तो ये केरला हो गया, ये वाला तमिलनाडु हो गया, ये वाला कर्नाटक हो गया. So it will connect all these three states. है ना? So D is the right answer. Let's move on to the next one. Who has recently become the new president of Bolivia? The right answer is option B, Rodrigo Paz. तो ये है बोलीविया. ठीक है, ठीक है. The next one is, where did Indian Navy commission survey vessel class ship Ikshak? The right answer is option A, Kochi is the right answer. है ना? Kochi Naval Base. A is the right answer to this question. ठीक है. Let's move on. PM Modi extended appreciation to which country for reverently receiving sacred relics of Lord Buddha? Reverently मतलब इज्जत से, है ना, पूरी रिस्पेक्ट के साथ. So गौतम बुद्धा जी से रिलेटेड जो भी relics है उसको एक्सेप्ट किया इस कंट्री ने. So अगेन वही जो जहां पीस प्रेयर फेस्टिवल हुआ था ना. So C is the right answer, है ना. पिपरावा से यहां से गया था थेम्पू. So ये सब है, आप देख सकते हो फोटो में. C is the right answer. The next is whom, yes, people have written Bhutan, very good. The next is, who among the following became India's first 91st chess grandmaster in 2025? Again, grandmaster ही लिखा हो तो आप समझ जाना कि वो चेस से रिलेटेड कुछ बात हो रही है ना. The right answer is option B, है ना, Rahul VS is the right answer to this question, है ना. So B is the right answer. The next is, which of the following Indian or non-profit organization received 2025 Raman Magsaysay Award? Very, very, very important. This is called as Asia's Nobel Prize and given by Philippines country. ये सबने बताया भी है. Educate Girls. And what is the founder name? Founder's name is Safina Hussain, I think, as far as I remember. This is the spelling. Founder of Educate Girls. C is the right answer. The next one is, President Draupadi Murmu's November 2025 tour includes what? Safina Hussain. Very good. People are writing. Good. The right answer is option B, Angola and Botswana. B is the right answer, है ना. So ये है Angola, ये हो गया Botswana. ठीक है. That's what you should know. है ना, ये अफ्रीका कॉन्टिनेंट है. आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड दिस. इतना तो पता ही होगा. The next one is, Assam's first technical and vocational university is named after which freedom fighter? Recently it was in the news, है ना. Kanaklata Barua. So A is the right answer to this question, है ना. ठीक है. Okay. The next one is, PM Modi in November 2025 visited Bhutan to start inauguration or to do the inauguration of which hydroelectric power project? The right answer is option C, Punat Sangchu 2. The next is, which of the following countries recently announced its intention to join Abraham Accord? The right answer is option C, है ना, Kazakhstan. है ना. So like we are already having, so this was originally done between Israel and UAE, this Abraham Accord, and along with like mediator was US. Then we had Bahrain also joining that at that time. Then Morocco and Sudan later on joined, and Kazakhstan is also interested according to Mr. Donald Trump. Okay, so C is the right answer. The next is, yes, India recently joined Brazil-led climate initiative as an observer. So because Brazil hosted COP30 this year in Belém, and COP30 under UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Tropical Forest Facility, Forever Facility. So B is the right answer. ठीक है, ओके है ना, एज एन ऑब्जर्वर. और इसमें है क्या, ये एक फंडिंग इनिशिएटिव है. अगेन वही बात है, फ्रॉम डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज you have to take the funding, give it to TFFF, and then this from developed country you have to take the funding and give it to developing countries for fighting climate change, है ना. जनरली जितने भी क्लाइमेट फाइनेंस का कॉन्सेप्ट होता है वो यहीं से स्टार्ट होता है. That take the funding from developed countries and give it to developing countries. That is why it is not liked by Mr. Donald Trump. क्या आप मेरे से पैसा लेके डेवलपिंग कंट्री को दे रहे हो? So of course they denied कि we are not happy with this, etc. and all. ये सारा डिबेट जो क्लाइमेट फाइनेंस का जो टसल होता है वो यही होता है, फंडिंग से रिलेटेड. एंड आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट बी अवेयर ऑफ दैट. So we are stopping this class here. Today at 8 p.m. we'll be meeting you where we will discuss static GK, conceptual clarity से related होगा उसमें. So please do join it. And those who have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, because for next year, those who are preparing next year, for them, we'll be having a lot of classes, a lot of guidance, etc. So those who have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. What would be your ideal source for one liner? Riddhi, उसके लिए like it is different for different exams. ठीक है, तो वैसे we'll be having next year से, मतलब जनवरी से we'll be having classes. तो हम लोग बहुत सारे आप बताते जाओगे, एडवाइस आप लोग भी कमेंट में लिख सकते हो एडवाइसेस कि सर इस टाइप की क्लास लाओ, है ना, स्ट्रेटेजी सेशन लाओ, क्लैट से रिलेटेड, एलेट से रिलेटेड, है ना. तो उससे रिलेटेड हम लोग सेपरेट सेशन लाएंगे. हो सकता है हाउ टू रीड न्यूज़पेपर्स, उस पर भी सेशंस लाते जाएंगे धीरे धीरे, एंड यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व. एमएस, देखो प्रथमेश, यू आर आस्किंग एमएस सेट में क्या आता है. सो हम लोग एमएस सेट की सीरीज चलाएंगे, उसमें हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन, उससे रिलेटेड चीजें, उसमें उस वक्त आप पढ़ते जाना. ठीक है, सो दैट इज द बेस्ट थिंग उस टाइम पर. ठीक है, अभी एक लाइन में से नहीं बता सकते कि एमएस सेट में क्या क्या आता है. जीके आता है, लेकिन कौन से, देखो होता है कि हर एग्जाम का एक स्पेसिफिक टाइप होता है, वो जीके में एक स्पेसिफिक चीजें ज्यादा पूछते हैं. तो अगर आप बोले सर अभी हम क्या करें, अगर आपको अभी करना है तो आप एक काम करो, एमएस सेट महाराष्ट्र से रिलेटेड बेसिक हिस्ट्री जो है वो पढ़ लो, क्योंकि वो पक्का आता है. जैसे मराठा एम्पायर्स वगैरह हो गए, ठीक है, बेसिक चीजें, महाराष्ट्र की ज्योग्राफी से रिलेटेड, कितना एरिया है, पॉपुलेशन कितना है, साइज कितना है, कैपिटल कहाँ है, हाई कोर्ट कहाँ है, कहाँ. सो महाराष्ट्र से रिलेटेड जीके, महाराष्ट्र जीके का की बुक्स आप अगर आती है, अब देखो जो ऑनलाइन जो सबसे अच्छा जिसमें रेटिंग दिया उसको पढ़ लो, इफ यू आर अटेम्प्टिंग एमएस सेट नेक्स्ट ईयर. ठीक है, उस तरह मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. ठीक है, वन लाइनर जो रिद्धि यू आर आस्किंग, वो डिफरेंट एग्जाम्स पर डिपेंड करता है कि कौन से एग्जाम की आप बात कर रहे हो. ठीक है, तो जो जिस टाइम पर एग्जाम होगा उस टाइम से रिलेटेड हम लोग डिस्कशन कराएंगे, और उसी से आप बस आपको फॉलो करते जाना है. ठीक है, क्लासेस को. आई एम श्योर यू विल गेट बेनिफिटेड. एंड हमको मेरे पास कुछ स्टूडेंट्स का मेल भी आया था, लाइक अबाउट कि वी गॉट द बेनिफिट, एंड लाइव चैट में बहुत सारे लोगों ने लिखा कि सर वी हैव गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ बेनिफिट फ्रॉम दिस यूट्यूब चैनल, एंड वी होप दैट विल प्रोवाइड यू विद द सेम टाइप ऑफ क्वालिटी कंटेंट फॉर द नेक्स्ट ईयर एज वेल, है ना. So today I'll be meeting you at 8 p.m. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.